Okay, temporarily. Very soon. Very soon. Starting now. Starting. Started. Front row. There are bad numbers at the bottom. Something is amiss. The numbers are not right. Hmm. Getting better. Still weird. A lot of drop frames right now. A lot of drop frames. Hey, Big Hoss. Oh, I mean, I'm not. Real bad. It's real bad. It's real bad. I don't even know if you can hear me right now because it's that bad. If there's audio, we'd be lucky if there's anything coming. Look, I'm definitely not streaming right now. I'm hitting half the bit rate I'm supposed to be. Wow, look at that hype train. Hype train success. Good for it. Oh, it's bad. I've restarted everything. I have tried a new server. Uh, so I'm. You can kind of see me right now, I guess. And sometimes, oof, the buffer. Yeah, no, it's not you. It's something. Uh, Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Perestroika. Thank you, Unfunded Nut. Thank you, Missing Dog. Thank you, Red Rebel. I don't think it may. Maybe they need. There's still so many dropped frames. This is bad. Yeah, there it went. Hmm. I don't think I'm okay. Yep. Yep. It's bad. And now all of a sudden I'm sending 3 times the amount of data that I'm supposed to, but it's dropping all frames. It's not you guys. Something's going on between me and Twitch at the moment. We're having a little. We're breaking up. We're not. I mean, that sounds wrong. Uh, I'm running speed tests, and right now the ISP claims I'm fine, which means that usually there's a line issue between me and Twitch. You can't hear me talk. No drop frames. Oh, there they go. Uh, no, still bad. So I'm now trying. I'm getting trying to ask Twitch to just do the bare minimum here, just like the bare minimum. I'm sitting at 4 kilobytes. Oh man. So I've cranked it way down. This is at 4 kilobytes, so it's probably very pixely. Um, I don't. We're still dropping 58% of frames, which is why it looks so choppy and awful. I mean, and buffery. Uh, hmm. Well, well. That's bad. Bad. Uh, this is what I get for streaming on a day I don't really stream. Apparently, it's not a day meant for me. Okay, wait a minute. We're dropping 50% of frames. So here's my thought. I'm going to go to 30 frames per second. Hello. Now I'm very small. Hey, we're doing okay right now. I've turned it down to the lowest resolution possible. I'm only sending 24 frames per second. I'm only sending 24 frames per second. We're still dropping frames. Yeah, the high cam was because of where I was going to do VR. Yeah, no, it's at 24 frames per second. I'm sending 2 kilobytes. We seem to be, and we're still dropping 8% of frames right now. This is literally as Twitch can spell. This is as little as I can give them. It's 360p. Hey, we're stable for a minute. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to keep streaming this rate. I don't know which side it's on. I've done speed tests on my end, and they're not necessarily reliable because speed test is apt to lie to you. Really, kind of in their best interest to occasionally to deceive you. But here, we'll do one live. We'll do one live. We'll do it live. You can see. There's Emma. You can see where we're at right now. Here we go. We're doing okay. Look at that. Look at all that upstream. That's not really the problem. It's downstream is going to be the problem, but that's a good upstream right there. That's a good upstream. I'll take that any day. By the way, thank you, Link. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you, Fatty. Thank you, Voltaic. Thank you, Juggernaut. Thank you, Fairy. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you. Goodness gracious. Maniacal Queen. Heinemann. Zesty Sloth. Maniacal Queen again. Drunk Clams. Marcus. Perestroika. Unfunded Nut. Missing Dog. Sir Red Rebel. Violet Steam. Loud Silent One. See, the upload is bad. That's not supposed to be that low. That upload is supposed to be like 20. So this is where the issue is. This, good. This, bad. That's not what the numbers are supposed to be. I have restarted the router and the modem already. And that's pretty oof. I wish I had Google Fiber. That would be great. Yes, I've tried turning it off and on again. Also, thank you, by the way. I still have other thank yous I need to do before whatever this stream turns out to be happens. Thank you, Arej. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Spade. Thank you, Seventh Seat. Thank you, Harpo. Thank you, Optical. Thank you, Vesa. Thank you, Shadow. Thank you, Base Love. Thank you, Nautical Daydream. Thank you. There we go. Okay, we got them all. Thank you, Death Red Side. Death's Red Side. Thank you, Shadow again. Remember the stream side for some reason you look for it. Thank you. Look, so this is my new haircut, which is a very kind of in between haircut where I got it specifically for the shoot thing that we were doing, but it's like trimmed on the side, but then the top is still as long as it was, so it's just not going to work like this. That is true, Jackie. You did run into me this morning, and I was leaving the main building with a hoodie full of Diet Cokes. I don't like this. Like when you look at it on the side, it's like this look right here, this is not right. That's not good. This is not a look that I as a 39-year-old man should have. It's a little flat right now because of being under a hat. Thank you, Haunted. Thank you, Tazzy. Thank you, Marcus. What are car salesman's favorite Mexican food? Carnitas. Time to read Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. I probably have it. Prologue concerning hobbits. I actually do have Fellowship of the Ring on hand right here. This book is largely concerned with hobbits. No, we're gonna do that. I also have Real Magic by Bonewitz, Isaac Bonewitz. Thank you, Azranova. Thank you, STX Cindy. Hopefully this goes through, but thank you for your laughs tonight. I'm sorry that it's been such a shambles, Azra. You want me to read? How much of it would I actually get through in the space of a stream at 360p at 24 frames per second? Thank you, Jerry Raindrops. Thank you, Marcus. Don't, I don't know what to make of what you just said. Tell me y'all did not have anything to do with Kobe. No, I don't think we had anything to do with Kobe. In Piccolo voice, nice. The call out to the Dragon Ball Z abridged. Nerd! That's right. Jackie was also involved in the shoot, which I don't know if you guys may have figured it out by now, what it was, but rest in peace, DBZ abridged. Oh, did Team 4 Star stop? What happened to Team 4 Star? Thank you, Amazing Josie Bear. I still need to watch all the extended versions of those. Harry. Jackie wasn't involved, and then Jackie became involved. Hey, Jack. I did see that, Jack. Yes. I think I retweeted that. Thanks to Ben, who was here. Or was earlier. Thank you, Maniacal Queen, who wanted me to take the post-it note off the crown box that he made. Thank you, Maniacal Queen. Quote Monty Python and the Holy Grail the entire stream. Oh, there goes the frames again. I don't know if we're back or not. Thank you, yes, Dobby. I did get a lot of rest. Thank you, Azranova. Yep. I think we're back. Nope. Maybe. Nope. We're at 10% lost frames. That's great. I don't know what to sacrifice to the frames. What do I have in here that I could sacrifice to the frames? Oh, I wasn't going to do you. I look nervous. Thank you, Arpo. I'm sorry that this is what we've got tonight. I'm not even thinking about picking up a video game at this point because I'm running at 3 frames per second. King, I've done nothing to make my arms look any different, but thank you. They're ending DBZ abridged. It's still a thing, just tired of lawsuits. Yeah, I mean, Marcus, that kind of makes sense. They've been fighting that fight for so long. Like Pong. Thank you, Adralamas. I mean, at this point, even chatting would be rough just because it's the way it's acting that it keeps dropping frames, and I would never know if you were hearing me or not. My bitrate right now is 2 kilobytes. I've turned it all the way down just to try and stave off the frame problems, and it's still getting killed. I'm at the lowest resolution possible. I'm setting 24 frames per second at 2 kilobit. The ceiling fan could have something to do. I want to turn it off one more time. Maybe we'll try it and it will work. Chat like no one's watching. I've lived my life that way. I'm gonna turn it off one more time. What do I stream with? Sure. Don't know what the question. Please restate the question. Thank you, Cake Crafting, for continuing your sub. Yeah, no, it's a big mess right now. Big mess. Okay. Thank you, Darkpex. Here's what I'm gonna do. Streaming software is OBS. I'm gonna turn all this off one more time. I'll start it back up. I'm not gonna go all crazy with it. We'll stay 30 frames per second at 720. And then did I forget about the charity donation video? Which charity donation video, Joy? What are we talking about? Oh, that one. I haven't got most of it. Hey, you Red Rebel. If I had a goat, I would. The one that I thought I was recording for a good chunk and turned out I was not recording for a good chunk because that one I missed a lot of it. I missed a lot of it. I did the whole walk-in thing with the camera, gave them to the yeah. I think I told you guys about that a while ago, but yeah, I went in and did a good bit of it, and about halfway through the delivery, realized that the camera was not rolling. It was my phone. Uh, so, all right, I'll be right back. I'm going to turn all this off and turn it back on again, and maybe, but probably not. But I'll be back, but it won't work. I know, Joy, I suck. But the important thing is, they got the money, and they were happy. Uh, and I've got like the last 5 minutes of talking to them. So, I think I showed you guys that part actually right after it happened. Thank you, Anonymous, for the gifted stuff. Okay, I'll be right back. I don't believe in it. But so far, nope. Immediately. Ah! Was like there and then immediately, yeah. Nope. 41%, 42 drop frames, 50. It's in sending the data. I think it's OBS that's the issue, Wolfie. I think it's something going on with streaming. It's the issue lies between Twitch and me. Hold on, let me do a trace route. See what's going on. I don't know. Again, don't know if you can hear me. Maybe. The camera's tilted up because I'd be standing. So I know it looks weird when I'm sitting here. But if I fix this, then I stand up. So, whatever. Take it off. Loud and clear. Okay, good. Yeah, hang on. I'm hacking the mainframe. Traceroute, by the way, is a command you can run. Really? Oh crap! What's the Twitch's server? That up probably. Uh, face the right direction this time. No promises. Try Twitch. Nope. Bloop, 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 bloop. So if you do in a command prompt, do trace RT, and then put a URL. And basically, what's going to happen is you can see every jump your internet signal takes to arrive at that destination. Thank you, Red Wings. Thank you, Dummy Lit Gaming, for the gifted subs. Hey, Marcus. Fun fact: skunk spray is actually there. Ugh, didn't need to know that. Thank you, Nautical Daydream. Thank you, Plugin Savage. It's not the fan killing the frame rate. I turned down the frame rate. Here, I'll turn the fan off. Make you feel better. Um, but see any hops that are particularly bad. Got. I mean, nothing's particularly good either. We're still dropping a lot of frames. Thank you, MJ. I will check. Hmm. You stole the internet. Joy, give us back the internet. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Nanbaka, Yoko, and Ravage. Difficult, yeah. Look, I had a worse technical difficulty before the stream started. Actually, uh, I went downstairs in their downstairs bathroom, and it one of the kids apparently put too much tissue paper in it. It was it. Long story short, I had to get a towel. Thankfully, it was mostly just water. Maybe all just water. That happened 3 minutes before I was supposed to start. But the fact that I was only 1 minute late is not terrible. Still dropping a lot of frames. Hey, Marcus. Very broke Jeremy a few days ago. Aw. Terry is very generous in that, or has been very generous many times to many people. Thank you, Dummy Led Gaming. I wasn't here and was a gifted sub, so I thought, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Shannon Jones. Thank you, Nanbaka. And Fairy Corey. Good night. I'm sorry, this is like, I can't honestly say that I can deliver much of a stream at these restrictions. So, is it back? Okay, it's back. Yeah, it's not good. Really not good. Trying to think if there's any other alternatives. Hmm. What are you talking about? This is great. You like it when I can barely manage to get a sentence out before buffering sets in. Eh, well, might as well just tilt it down then. What's a game that requires no frames? Jackbox. Hey, Marcus. I'm not going to tell you the secret RTX event. You got to come to RTX, and then there will be a secret event. Is it a good slideshow? I don't know if the audio only would make any difference. The interesting thing is, I can see there's a bit rate graph in the back end on Twitch, and it's like a linear wave. We're doing like a kind of like a binary. It's just on off on off. That's all my. So it's just coming in waves. Thank you, Nikki. My day's pretty good. We didn't get a whole lot done today. Emma, what are you doing? Emma, Emma, Emma. Ella's not here right now, by the way. She's at work at Lars' work getting her bay done. Thank you, Harpo. We'll be done with surgeries and everything. Emma, what are you doing? Why are you licking my weights? What are you trying to tell me? Bye then. What are you? Ugh. I get swole. Yeah, no, it's just gonna be an icky buffer night. I think. I'm afraid. Let her work out. Hey, if she wants to get working out, let her. I'm fine with that. She's do it though. Emma has no commitment. Emma's lazy. Emma is mostly deaf, mostly blind, um, and all hunger. She's gotten pretty chonk lately. She is swole, but not in the way that most people choose. Like my first. Emma killed the stream because he didn't have Emma cam on. Thank you, Maniacal Queen. No, she wasn't. Too sweet. Thank you, Marcus. She is a very good girl. Thank you, Aya. The gifted sub. She is chonk, man. She is. Oof. Yep, there goes the stream again. Big oofs. Yep. There it goes again. Yep, no, it's just up and down. I can't keep it on. Minesweeper's not even really a game of choice. Thank you. I am kind of Akuma. Yep. Unfunded nut. I'm afraid it's not the best of live streams at the moment. It's just kind of a slideshow with occasional choppy questions inserted in it. Throw it out the window. It's amazing how 50% it is too. Chop 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 chop. It's like every other frame it gets. And I'm only sitting at 30 at this point. So if I turned it back to 60, I wonder if we would then be at 30. Or it would probably just be dropping twice as many. Is what I would guess. I'm running like 20. Yeah, it looks like it in the window. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, the camera's still somewhat calibrated for VR. Sad. Well, someone asked him a question prolong the stream. I mean, yeah, if anybody's got any questions, this is a good time to throw it out there. But yes, no, the Age live event should be a lot of fun. We will be lathered in blood. Nice. We'll be talking more about how the tickets work when we get closer to it. I don't honestly know exactly yet how it works. MJ has a question. What's your question, MJ? The dinosaur game on Google. Okay, MJ's working on it. What can you play at 3 frames per second? What American snack should I send my friend in Europe? Ooh, what do we have over here that's better than other places? When will the cosplay shoot see a release? Joy asked. That's a good question. That's a Lindsay question. I don't actually know. I think Lindsay has the pictures, and I'm sure she will get them out as soon as she can. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Twitch right now, Hunter. You keep saying Minesweeper. Minesweeper isn't a thing anymore. You don't just have Minesweeper. There are no games installed on your computer by default in Windows. They got rid of those. I don't have Minesweeper. Sir Lagalot, your name is very appropriate for the day. Raids, yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. It is a Lindsay question, Joy. Yeah, we'll see. It'll be ready when Lindsay says it's ready. I don't know when she'll start releasing any of it. And Serial. Solitaire. Also not a game. They don't have any. I have Minecraft on here, but not Minesweeper. You'll be able to attend any of the possible community meetups during Age Live Tour. Maybe? That depends on when our planes land. Most of our so our travel for the the San Francisco and Seattle shows doesn't really leave us a lot of time around the show. Literally, like the San Francisco show is the day after the Seattle show, so we get up the morning after the Seattle show and fly to San Francisco and have a show that night. So I really don't know what the odds of us hitting anything there are, and then we fly out the next day. Dropping all the frames out. Actually being no one can hear me. It's back now. Snakey-O. That's still around? That still exists? Still play Snakey-O? Nope. Or no, it's something. It's something else. It's not Snake.io, right? Show off all the hats I have. All my hat collections. My hat collection is at work. Real life Minesweeper. Yeah. Thankfully, there's no mines around here. I think we did a things to do Minesweeper in Minecraft. Because I'm in Seattle for 24 hours or something. But yeah, it's a very quick. I hope to be at the LA meetup. I will throw that out there. I plan on being at the LA meetup. As long as I get there in time. Thank you, Kuma. Are there any plans to pilot that show where you build cool tech stuff? Well, I don't know if there's ever going to be a build, it's more of a review, just because building stuff takes a lot of time. And I don't have a lot of time right now. Slither, that's it. Slither.io. That still exists. Maybe. Taking a while to load. Hey, it's just because my internet's still awful. Stupid internet slows. I'm a snake and thank you, Red Wings. Someone on the stream that has a serious question. If they are nervous about wasting everyone's time, can you assuage them of their fear? There's no such thing as a stupid question. Honestly, it's fairly uncommon to run into too many questions that I haven't fielded at some point. So I mean, it's really nothing to be nervous about. At this point, you could probably Google your question and find me answering it, but I'm perfectly happy to do it again for you. Oh, I forgot about the fast thing. Fool! How bad is my internet? Apparently pretty bad. I mean, my down is great. Like 800 right now, but my up is poo-poo. The detective hat is at the office. The FPS was good for a second. Yeah. What was the question? I'm not even looking at the screen at this point, so I'm trying to catch any of whatever the question is. Can we look forward to any more D&D stuff from AH? There might be plans afoot. I haven't been involved in whatever it is, but I have heard that maybe such a thing might exist. We're at the point where we got a lot of stuff happening. Ooh, that's how I make it go fast. And it's hard for me to keep track of what's in the works imminently and what's in the works in the future. I think our big focus right now is obviously going to be hardcore mini golf is our next big project, and then there's a whole bunch of interesting stuff that probably won't even end up on our channel, but potential future sponsored stuff that might be really super cool. What is that? Get away from me! Yeah, upload's real important for this job, which is entirely upload based. Oh my gosh! Oh, they're trying to kill me. I just want to be a happy little snake. Leave me alone. No, fool! Now I will eat you. I lost control there. You hit yourself? No, we're good. I just wanted to die. I'm trying to keep an eye out. Thank you, Erebus. I'm trying to keep an eye out for this question. Thank you, Frodolf. Escape from Tarkov. You know, we keep talking about it. And Fredo's kind of played around with it a little bit. The problem with Escape from Tarkov, as near as we could tell, is just that one, it's one of those Twitch shooter type games where you got to be good at shooting, maybe more so than we really ever are. And it's just a real slow build between. Uh, I'm just a real slow build. Finding equipment, and then you die, and just finding equipment, and die, and it's an interesting looking game, but it may be hard for us to make content. And we always have to keep that in the back of our minds. Is not just is the game fun, but is the game fun to watch? What can you do with it? Have you guys ever played board game online? That doesn't sound familiar to me. Thank you, Alicia. Alicia. Thank you, Spartan. The Red Wings. Someone in the stream that was, oh, that's a serious question. Thank you, Jack. Is all of Haunter 2 going to be released in 2 parts? Just how many? No. There are some 1-part episodes to Haunter Season 2. I think there are 8 episodes, and I believe maybe 5 locations. So we some of that is because those locations were really legitimately fun to explore and deserved longer episodes. We also occasionally have issues with people just becoming aware of our show and not being as enthusiastic about us ghost hunting at their properties. So we did have a couple issues where we had a few places that decided they did not want us to come. It is an Alfredo game for sure, Escape from Tarkov. I'm very interested to try it out. I haven't yet. Happened to Walking Saints. The frame rate happened to Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners. If you'll notice, the stream is not running well. Big tits just ran into me. Don't skip class for any sort of meetup. That is not better. Whoop. No, you can't take me. On the big green. Out here, living on the veg on the edge of society. Cool. That's all the effort I had to put into that. Aaron, what is a good book to read or game to play when you feel like shit? I always go for escapism. And the more, I mean, it's hard for me to speak to what your particular brand of escapism is. But, you know, usually I like to go for something that's just kind of light. You're not going to get me. That's not happening. You're not living in a world where you win this fight. So I go for more like upbeat, something that's got kind of a happier ending to it. A lot of times that's if I really am feeling down, like I'll reread something that I know where it goes, just because I'd rather have that good experience that I already know about rather than risk something that's going to make me even more upset. So that's a good time to replay or reread a book or a game. Woo-hoo. I keep losing control of it because my mouse goes off the window. Professor of Games. I finished watching the Lasso series for Reach. Whatever C comes on PC, we play that as well. We're going to do all of them that we can. The only ones we might not do are one like Halo 2 because it's 2-player. We are maybe we're debating doing ODST before it even comes to PC. So we may do that just to get it done. Because playing on PC was cool, but the graphical update really wasn't that significant, and I'm the only one that I think that used mouse and keyboard the whole time, so it really makes not that big of a difference. Rainbow worms are after me. No. Get out of here, Reba. I want none of this. Just having a nice... No, stop it. Why do you keep killing yourselves on me? Just go live. I'm just a peace worm. I don't want to be... Well, that one's got like a necklace. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so ODST may be happening fairly soon. Because we just like playing that kind of thing. We're also seriously considering taking another crack at Criminal Mastermind soon, um, which has been an issue because of the failings of the game, not because of us. Uh, so ooh, I just ate up a whole bunch of stuff for me. It's bad right now. We play XCOM again anytime soon. You mean like, wow, no, no, you're entombed in me. You're entombed. You're mine. Where are you gonna go? Oh, I killed myself. That's what I get. That's what I get. 7 day stream again. Yeah, I'm sure that'll. We keep popping into that periodically. Thank you, Phoenix. I was blown down the street while it was snowing thanks to this storm hitting the UK. We're doing fine. It's actually we had like 80-degree weather and then it snowed the next day. So who knows what's happening? Phoenix, thank you so much. Thank you, Ender's Cake. Gosh, it's so far behind right now. It's only getting worse. You guys don't even know that I failed yet when I'm saying this. Oh, it's buffering terrible. Yeah, this is the technical difficulties are strong. That's what I get. I get. You guys just saw me fail. I get to relive it now. I can look backwards in time. The buffer is now like 45 seconds. Yeah, it was kind of cold today. It was not like as cold as Jackie would have you believe. It was actually quite temperate. It was nice outside. It started off rainy and cold, and then ended up as sunny and okay. Ooh, ooh, what happened to that guy? Nom 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 nom. Ooh, not that bad. Ooh, cool. Haha. It's a feast on the bodies of all these people. Made poor choices, just like I did before. And now we're practically back to where we started. Oh, I just wanted it. Nope. Stay away, Canada. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, look at all these num nums. Num 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 num. He was huge. He was huge, and we become beefy again. A rise to prominence. Thank you, Canada. I feel like the world doesn't say that enough. Woo! Which will it be? Oh, come on. I was clearly in front of him. Oh. Man, I was I was ripped off. That was definitely not that guy shouldn't have won. Internet, why? Why are we like this? We didn't have to. Thank you, Packle, by the way. I don't know how I lost that. I had him. I'm rewatching it right now. He's behind me. Thank you, Harpo. Yeah, that's a good point. I probably dropped frames or something in the game. Whoa. No. I didn't want that fight. You made me do it. Woo. All right. Last round. This will be my Slytherio for. Okay, one more. We'll call it a night and just pray for better internet tomorrow. All right, I'm going hard in this one. Stupid internet slows is going all the way. Whoa, no! I almost just. No, I don't want any of you. Leave me alone. You're big and I'm small. What was the last game I finished playing all the way to end credits? I mean, we did just do Lasso, so does that count? Um, Before that, gosh, it's hard to say. Um, hmm, I don't even know. Oh, what's going on? That was a lot of worm we just went past. This is bad. What this is bad. So did they leave like a little slime trail of just little dots behind? Oh, I guess he was speeding, so he's leaving dots behind. Yeah, thanks for everybody that's hung in this long. I'm really sorry about the internet being like this. Uh, and I feel especially bad because I pushed yesterday's stream to today, thinking that everything would go well. And instead, this is what you get. I apologize. Oh, woo! Said 3D printing. It's a nightmare. Rough day with the thing today. Trying not to die as I read this message. Oh no. Okay, we'll do one more. Large print support failed. I had to print it for 2 hours. Hope the rest wouldn't break instead of doing actual work. Yeah, having to ride herd on 3D prints is rough. Hey Harpo, have we ever played a fan made game? I mean, yeah, for sure, yes, in the sense that we've played a lot of Gmod modifications, which are all fan made. And we've played Gmod modifications, which are fan made on fan made maps of our own office. Thank you again, Sasha. So, um, my fault was if I had streamed on my normal night, I bet I would have been fine. But I was very tired, so I appreciate you guys letting me uh, take the night off. Even though I intended to make it up tonight and then stream regular tomorrow as well, but I am technically streaming some frames per second. Wait, why? Oh no! I don't want you, Slug. Be gone. That Slug die on me? No. You'll be here. Oh, thank you, King. That's very kind of you. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Nutsy. I'm glad you guys are here hanging out. This is what streaming was like when I was growing up. We only got 2 frames an hour. Not true. We didn't even have internet. There was no frames. You had to download a frame. When you look at porn, it was 1 image at a time, and you had to download it. And then wait. Sometimes they were in multiple parts. Oh, but he had me. Go away. I want none of you. Ooh, there's some. Oh, no, not you again, Canada! Who knew Canada was so dangerous? They've been hiding it so well. That niceness was just a facade. Thank you, Captain Woolley. Thank you, GB. Thank you, Rose Crimson. Thank you, Penguin. You're enjoying the slideshow. Thank you. Hey, Roop. Whoa, no. Hey, Bob. Everybody's got cool worms, and I'm just this actual flesh-colored worm. true. No one expects Canada. Just over there looking all nice. Your clean streets. I don't know, sunshine. I'm not coming for you. I'm just worming about, man. Thank you, Vargoth. Thank you, Levester. Ace Attorney Angel. Don't do it. Don't be that way. Okay. TNT ask a question. I didn't know what TNT ask. I am kind of Kuma. Will Leon be on any more games with you guys? I don't remember how many we shot when he was there. He was only there for one day. I think we at least shot a couple. I don't think we just shot the Gmod, so very possibly. My theater company asked me to announce for them at a preliminary round for our Theaters Guild competition, which is an honor, but I'm not. Like a stage person, and I don't know what to do to announce for them. So I assume that you're just going to be. Well, okay. What does that mean exactly? Uh, Thank you, Hunter. What are they asking you to do? I mean, it sounds like typically that's just a introduction, which is a pretty easy standard. You won't have any trouble with it. You just kind of stand up and say, "Here's the blah blah blah." Okay, Allie, this isn't happening. Whatever you think is happening, it's not happening. I'm gone. No, stop it. You can't have me. This worm is taken. You made this happen. I didn't want it. Thank you, Red Rebel. Don't mess with Canada. The War Moose. I've seen the effects of this War Moose. Favorite game? I can't ever. This is one of those things I should just put it down in the thing because I can never answer what's my favorite anything. Except what's my favorite community manager? I score points, Jackie. Community managers are very important. They can undermine you if they decide to. Basically, just go announce the play, which is a very nervous person. TNT, don't worry about that. Then you're fine. All you got to do is just get up and announce the play. Then you can prepare your remarks. But honestly, I encourage you not to. The thing about it is, you're in a position where you are thankfully actually not under too much pressure. If you stand up and say anything, you'll be fine. If you as someone who messes up words in front of people all the time, don't sweat it. It's fine. Make sure, that you know who you're introducing. But talking in front of people is a skill, but it is not a difficult skill. Uh, you learn real quick that basically that's just like talking to one person. And if you think about it more like that, then it's really not that hard. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. Favorite cephalopod. I make no favorites. I have no favorites. I favorite nothing. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Is I don't have favorites. I can't. I don't answer that question because I don't know how. I don't know how to have a favorite thing. Oh well, I'm dead. What is he making me do now? God, so cynical, Jackie. Jeez. I was saying nice things. I threw out like a compliment, and this is how I'm berated. I know they pinched me. They stuck me. I didn't see. I didn't give a reason. I was saying you're my Favorite community manager. Just like Steffi. Now, I wouldn't picture them naked, Loud Silent One. That's not the best way to go about it, because there's a lot of lack of. I've dropped, by the way, 39,000 frames. Uh, yeah, Zandman. It's hard to describe because it's been so long since I've had to was born a madman. Interesting, Alicia. I did drag you on Twitter a little bit, Jackie, but that was because you were cutting up some kind of alleged pizza, which was kind of like a sauced cracker with cutlery that had no business doing the job. And I got you both good pizza and a good pizza cutter as a result of that. So, um, but as far as uh, it goes with public speaking, which is something I am currently doing, as funny as that is. uh, and um, gosh, when was our rivalry ever off, Jackie? When? Tell me. Tell you, Harpo. Trying to think, like, because nowadays I get in front of a crowd and it doesn't. It's just fun. A lot of that does have to do with the fact that most of what we, our content is being unscripted. Means that all I have to go get on stage with is the confidence that, given an opportunity, I can make someone laugh. Um, as long as I get up there thinking I can probably say something funny in the situation that I find myself, then I'm okay. Uh, when you have to do something like theater that's more prepared, where you have a specific range of things that you are supposed to deliver and everything's counting on you doing that, there's obviously more pressure. In your case, if you're just going to stand up and introduce someone, you can literally write it on your hand and people will think that's funny. If you stand up there and go, "Hi, I'm blah, and it's my honor to introduce the Three Stooges," it's fine. Just don't be afraid of them. No matter what, if they leave thinking that you uh, messed up, then whatever. Who cares? Stay haunted. There's some good books you'd recommend. Been meaning to get back to reading the actual books. Oh man, Wheel of Time series is good. Brandon Sanderson, he's got a lot of good books. I'm just throwing out like easy. Jim Butcher, he's got several series that are really good. I like series whenever possible, just because I don't like having to go looking for more books. I'm the nervous one with the question. I know it's not my place to ask you to look at the DM from fan, but it's not a question I can really just look up. Okay. Uh, sure. You can just ask it if you want. But okay. Yeah, Butcher has several good series that are worth. Patrick Rothfuss, I love Patrick Rothfuss's writing. Um, he needs to finish the trilogy. I'm concerned about that not happening because he's gotten two books in, doing amazing work. Finish, Allison. Hello, and thank you. Yeah, what time is it there? Uh, if given the opportunity, would you be an Ashaman? Well, look, are we talking like pre-cleanse or post-cleanse? Because pre-cleanse, it kind of comes with a very limited timetable and crashing madness. Otherwise, you're just saying, would you enjoy having magic? And the answer is yes. Thank you, saying, never not funny. Thank you, Kuma. Out of curiosity, have you read Jeremy's book? I have not. I do have a copy of it here, though. I've not gotten around to reading it yet. Here somewhere. Uh, Long day, Allison. It's, well, yeah, I imagine you're tired. Isn't it? What time is it there? Nightbot just timed out, Allison. I it's all right. Well, for Allison, I'll play another one. Oh yes, make me the blackest of worms. Oh no, here we go. Save. Love it. Let's go. Hey, Rose Crimson. I have read the original Dracula by Bram Stoker, but it has been a long time. Actually, I think I had to read it in school, um, and I don't remember it standing out too much in my mind. It's a little dry, is my recollection of it. But I was much younger at the time and was not as patient. Had I formed my opinion of the Lord of the Rings entirely on my first reading of it, I would have probably said the same thing. So, whoa, oh, okay, I get it. No, I don't want any of you. Leave me alone. I want to be a little gray worm out on his own. Whoa, bad, 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 bad. Where? Why are all these mega worms here? And I feel like I'm in Dune. Nope, don't do that. Southern Reach trilogy. That sounds really familiar. Um, Off the top of my head, I'm not remembering what they are. If you had to pick an, I think it's misspelled, but I can't remember which letter is wrong in that. But the different divisions of the female magic users from the Wheel of Time series. If I can't even remember them, gosh. Uh, Green were the warriors, basically. So my initial thought would be green. They were also what's a good word for them? I wasn't even there. Flirtatious? Let's go with flirtatious. They were very flirty. Uh, Yellow were the healers. White are kind of like the your Ravenclaws, basically. Uh, Red were like they hunted down male channelers, uh, and cut them off from the source. The blue, I don't remember what the blue did. They didn't really didn't factor as heavily in with the other ones. Uh, and then there's the black, which are the traitor ones. They're not actually a real one. Afraid to start the wheel time. Don't be afraid to start the wheel time. It's a good series. It gets bogged down a little bit in the middle. Um, but and the ending is not what I would have hoped. Um, but you know, the original author dying really makes it hard to get what you. No matter what Brandon Sanderson wrote, you're always going to feel like maybe it wasn't what Robert Jordan would have written, um, and that's kind of a shame. Away, uh, especially because some of it doesn't tie up as well as you would have liked. But that being said, for the journey that that series of books is, it's so worth it. There's so many incredible things that happened in that series, and just because it doesn't necessarily tie up in as neat of a bow as I would have liked, doesn't mean it doesn't close it down with respect. Somewhat. So everything I missed the last month in terms of streams, thank you. I played a lot of Subnautica Below Zero. Then I did some Apex, and that may be it since the last time you were here. Oh, and I shot somebody repeatedly in the VR game that I was gonna play tonight, and then this internet happened. That was fun. It would have been real fun too. I was looking forward to it. I really want to see that game. Thank you, Rose Crimson. Dragon to be dry, be very descriptive, and really builds the world and characters, but an old timey up there. Vlad Tepes. I mean, yeah, if you've got any kind of direct link to any material, then it definitely smooths over some of the rough bits occasionally. Have I read the Witcher series? Yes. I haven't finished it. I've read, gosh, I think maybe I have one or two books left to go. He is not a good writer. I hate to throw shade like that, but that guy, I've many times gone over some of my gripes with his work. That's coming for me. Um, yeah, Warcraft. I did do Warcraft 3 because the uh, Reforged came out. Stormlight Archive is very good. It's also unfinished at the moment, but it is hopefully got another book coming out soon. Thank you, Valkyrie. Thank you. I don't know that I've read Red. That doesn't sound familiar. I'm also trying to remember what the Southern Reach trilogy is. Going Worm. Southern Reach. Oh yeah, Annihilation. Okay, we're good. Yes, I have read that, and it is not as good as Jeff said it would be. It's. Eh. Um, did I not give love, Valkyrie? Thank you, Valkyrie. I have read Magician. Yeah, it's okay. It's I'm playing Slytherio because my internet connection is so bad that I'm dropping 50% of frame, over 50%. I'm at 55.7% drop frames, which is why I look like this. I've not read any of the Lost Fleet. Uh, is that worth picking up? I see it pop up recommended from time to time. How did I not die? I was just going off into the wastes. Second place right now is Hispanics for Trump. Talk about an uphill battle. That's probably what he's keeping him in a cage for. He's going to try and get him to vote. I'll let you out. Ah, I'm kidding. Thank you, Valkyrie. Nope, I don't want. I don't want it. Go away. All these little bitty guys trying to get me. Uh, look forward to reading with my kids. Keep trying to get them interested in Harry Potter. So far, varying success, but not terribly interested. Especially because Eli's played the Lego Harry Potter game, so he already is fairly familiar with the lore and is just not interested in reading more about it. Because main character development. The problem with realistic physics when it comes to space genre games is that um, you realize, and you get a little taste of this in the Expanse series as well, but you realize that uh, physics in space is not very conducive to action. Oh, I have done a bad. Because in realistic space battles, you see the other guy for like a second as you blast past them at massive, uh, differing velocities. And trying to shoot something is just like, all right, I'm going to fire a missile at you, and in an hour, it'll hit maybe. The distances in space are just so hard to conceptualize when it comes to being anywhere near something. Uh, that space battles would be more like games of chess in a lot of ways. You're going to make a move and hope that that move pays off hours down the road. Unless you happen to just cruise right up on somebody and you guys then happen to match direction and velocity long enough to slug it out. Bro, don't eat me. I don't want to. Don't come for me. I won't come for you. I have read Percy Jackson, though I didn't read like the last book just because I heard it was garbage. I was kind of like waning on the series anyway, so I got there and went, eh. Maybe someday I'll go back and read through it again. I think there was already an Artemis Fowl movie that came out. I have read the Expanse series, though I don't think I've read the most recent one. Space, space, space. I mean, I have no problem actually with realistic space physics in novels. I've read a few different books that have depictions like that. Um, the author can always play it up in such a way that it makes it work. Um, ooh, I kill myself by killing this guy. Uh, it's just that sorry, guy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't need to eat you. Sometimes it's nice to not necessarily completely lean on realistic space physics just so that you get a touch more rapid. Red Rising, I have read that as well, yes. I've read a lot of the sci-fi books that may be on top of any of the must-read in X list. I've read the Dresden Files, yeah. Um, I haven't read. So he did the Red Rising trilogy, and now he's gone back and written two more books in a follow-up trilogy. The first of which I read and was a little disappointed with because I don't like it when characters are retconned. In they take them from being good people and turn them into assholes for the sake of making the plot continue. And I kind of feel like that's what happened. I had the same issue with the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie, where everybody that was like a good guy, even the like the pirates that were like, okay, well, they have a gruff exterior, but on the inside they've actually got this heart of gold thing going, very Disney. And then all of them were just raging assholes in the second movie of the Pirates of the Caribbean. And there was some level of that in the new trilogy kickoff for the Red Rising. Um, and I've heard that the second one is just more of the same, where just everybody that you liked is now just a douche, and it's just not. I don't like that. In some ways I didn't like the Bean series. There was a follow up series to the Ender's Game. Well, it's to Ender's Game, not to the Ender trilogy that follows it, or was sort of written before it. But anyway, um, and the Bean version of events in some ways kind of diminishes Ender, which I felt was kind of sad because Ender was such a cool character and had such a meaningful story. Um, and then to have Bean come along and be like, "Oh yeah, most of this was me." I didn't like that as much. For those of you that are familiar with those series, um, space is really big, really big. You don't believe how vastly, hugely, mind-bogglingly big it is. I mean, you may think it's a long way down the road to the chemists, but that's just peanuts to space. Douglas Adams, what a man. Harry Potter book apparently above my reading level. That's weird, Haunted. Who gets mad at someone for reading too well? Uh, Thank you, Athrin. Also, unfathomably good war strategy and tech creativity. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Lost Fleet. Uh, on topic of space, today's 30th anniversary of Voyager's one's pale blue dot photo. Thank you, librarian Kyla. Thank you, Passive Bronson. Thank you, Janine. You invested in Biggie and Tupac on anything? Are you into the investigations about what? I don't know anything about Unis. I've heard of him, and I know that he is apparently a huge tool. Who started with some kind of weird dance thing, and then turned out to be a wife abuser, and maybe is grooming kids. I don't know what's up with that. All I know is that anytime I've seen a news story about it, it shows a picture of him, and I kind of want to punch him. And I don't even know him. So it's really unfair. uh, no. Um, Five full stars says Ender's Game wasn't great. That's fine. Everybody's gonna like different things. To me, at the time I read it, it spoke to me a lot, and this will be one of those statements that sounds kind of conceited somewhat, but why would you do that? Okay, now you're dead. Made that choice. Um, it was uh, I was not very good at socializing as a kid. I was a fairly uh, smart kid, um, and I was not good at making relations, forming relationships with people that were my age. Um, and Ender's Game, in some ways, kind of spoke to that part of me where I was smart and didn't relate to the people around me. And then it was a character, Ender's in some ways a character like that, who was then going on this grand adventure. So Ender's Game spoke to me on that level. Thank you, Haunted. I drove that. That's crazy. Why would you? Well, I mean, the thing. I've heard of religious schools getting upset because they think it's problematic in that regard. But I was never making the other kids look bad. That's not true. Thank you, Ezio. Thank you, Certifiably Geeky. Have you ever read the chapter microfiction recently released for Dresden? I have not. No. Chapter and microfiction. I usually only stick to the main novels for the Dresden Files. Every now and again, I'll think about picking up one of the other things. I like some my experience a lot of times when authors go back and write smaller stories in their own universe, they tend to take liberties with the universe that bothers me. Um, because especially with some series like that I read a lot, I remember details of things. It's one of the things that bothers me about The Witcher is in the most recent Witcher book I was reading, they introduce a new character who's like a human, but is very knowledgeable about the woods and is an excellent bowman or bow shot, and um, but all of a sudden, like she's like, oh, I hear someone coming, and one of the few things about the Witcher in the books that they still hold on to is that he has hyper attuned senses, and they've introduced this other character, and now all of a sudden, she, who is a bog standard human, non mutated at all, is the one that's like, I hear someone, or is doing all the extra sensory stuff that the Witcher should be doing by default. Like the Witcher should be hearing things long before anybody else, should be seeing things before anyone else, should be smelling things long before anyone else. The Witcher is a mutant designed to do that. Um, and has infrequently throughout the books been pointed out how acute his senses are. And then they introduce this other character who then all of a sudden is doing all of that. And that bothers me. Or when there's an inconsistency between what is previously stated and it doesn't remember. When a book doesn't remember its own canon, that bothers me. Gregario. Thank you, Nerdy Lindsay. Gregario. The Witcher series is not super good. He's a terrible writer. Now, I respect you enjoying it. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it that way, but um, his writing style is not good. And let me back that up with examples. He tends to, instead of depicting something happening, he will write a scene in which two characters talk about the thing that happened, um, rather than actually write about the thing happening. He he likes to create a character, like a big world event goes down. He'll create a character and have that character tell the story of the thing that happened to another character, but not well, not like in an interesting way. He just kind of relates it in a very dry sort of way, where it's just like, oh, and then so and so got in a fight with blah blah blah, and there, it's just, it's not a good way to tell a story. Also, in the same book that I'm referencing, where he introduced a character that is now super acute senses above and beyond Witcher level, apparently, um, he starts that story by creating that character, setting up that character, explaining who this character is, spending quite a while, giving you the full backstory of who they are and how they came to be in this part of the world and how they relate to everything. And then, chapter two, he goes to two other characters who are then just talking about the character that we just introduced, and they just do the same thing where they just explain who that character is and what they're on about, and it's just like, and now it's just one person telling another person about the thing that he just spent a whole chapter telling us about. That's not bad translation. None of that is bad translation. That's just poor formatting as a writer. uh you don't badly translate that the character is just relating an event that happened instead of just having that event happen in the book. It's like if you watched a movie where the characters just sit around talking about the war and they never showed a scene of the war, for example, which is more like a documentary. And then, also in the same book, he has a scene where all of a sudden there's an old man who's just talking to a bunch of kids, um, and the old kids demand more story about. It turns out he's telling the story of the Witcher and all the other characters. Uh, that this whole thing is him just telling a story to children, and then they convince him to tell more story, and so he agrees and starts to tell the story. Um, but the story he starts to tell then goes back to Geralt, who is in turn telling a story of a thing that happened. So we now have jumped out of the world to find out that none of it is happening in real time. It's an old man telling a story to kids, and then the old man starts to tell a story about Geralt telling a story. That is not good writing. Now, did he create a really cool world? Yes, absolutely he did. Uh, but is it good writing? I'm afraid I can't say that it is. Yeah, it's really just a way to take all of the relevant, like, all the, like, everything that you thought was happening in real time is now apparently ancient history. And then you jump to a character who's relating something from even before. Dandelion is narrating the game, yeah. Thank you, Benny Base. So that is why I would argue that it is not well written. Oh, good, Jesus loves us. And he didn't attack me, so, I kind of believe in him. I'm still not even on the top 10. Oh, no, he's coming for me. No, Jesus, don't be like this. We don't have to do this, Jesus. Bye. What are you going to do now? See that? Jesus came at me. Jesus is still coming at me. Ugh. But we don't have to be like this, Jesus. Come on. I know you and I have had a rocky relationship. Not to derail the rant because I love listening to rants, but can you please tell me your top 3 favorite? I can't favorite any. Oh, favorite colors. I guess red, black, and blue are my favorite colors. We're going to the wall. I swear he hit the wall. Why am I having the standoff with Jesus? Watch this. He doesn't think I see him. Then we accelerate. Yes! I killed Jesus. Whoa. Hope no one joined just then. Should have named my guy Pontius Pilate. Yeah, I don't know what was up with Jesus today. He was just out for me. In my defense, he started it, which it was a very not Jesus-like thing to do. He didn't, Joy. He was coming for me. That's true. He'll be back. He has extra lives. I'm still not on the top 10. I don't know how long this run has been going. Am I just so big now that I don't even see other worms? Oh, there's a worm. You're mine. No! I almost killed myself on him. Fool. Entered my web. Now I play my trap card. Feel a little bad about that. You were just a little worm looking for a good time. No, turn! The Gordita comes. Ah. You want this? You want this? Huh? Yeah. I killed Jesus today, man. You're nothing to me. I hope the kids don't hear me say that. Not that I'm particularly religious, but just don't want them repeating it at school. My dad killed Jesus today. Not gonna go over well. Big Chungus is in second. I think now this is just the way we live. We prey on the smaller worms. Oh no, we're getting into Worm Central here. This is where they come for me. Thank you, STL Cook. And a Knight Errant. And Benny Base. Unbelievably, this stream is almost gone for a normal stream amount of time. I mean, we've only delivered. I've only managed to get you the frames from maybe a quarter of a stream, but by time we're really there. I'll be in the top 10. I don't think I've ever been in the top 10 in this game. But boy, is it hard to get there, apparently. I have to start making power moves here. Thank you, Tiger Sweetheart. Uh-oh. Got myself a bad way here. Well, that was just... Small worm to eat, small worm to eat. Ooh. Sorry, small worm. Your food. You're in the death coil now. It's... Oh, gosh, I thought I killed myself on him because I was looking at the other guy that just ran into me. Ah, oh. There we go. I got too greedy. I just got too greedy and couldn't do it. My final length was 11,997. Hey, yeah, C fan. Yeah, I did it. I messed it up. I didn't have to, for no reason. I just threw it away. Just head on, too. I done messed up. Hi, Chibi. You definitely need to go to school. Alright, well, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and call this one since the frames aren't coming home from the field or the war or whatever happened to them today. Hopefully tomorrow stream? Hey, Shadow. That's true. Hey, Red Wing. First chance popped up on my feed randomly. Did you ever exact your revenge? Give your milk? I mean, nothing really. It was undone. There you are, Angel. Though you could argue that having to put up with me for the rest of these years has been revenge enough. I don't think in terms of revenge. I think in terms of long-term punishment. Thank you, Benny Base. Yearly birthday bomb. Thank you, Archangel, and happy birthday. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go kick the modem and see if maybe by tomorrow we can have a stream that has all the frames delivered to you guys. That would be nice. French subtitle. I did see something about French subtitles. I'm not in charge of subtitles. Interface. I have no idea who would even be in charge of that. I'm afraid. Thank you, Samwise. Thanks, like sweetheart. Currently, I have a cat sitting comfortably on my foot. I gotta get up. Any advice? Blow on the cat. Don't move. Hey, Harpo, for the gifted subs. Yeah. Here's hoping for frames tomorrow. Thank you, librarian. I guess I could do a. We'll try and do a bedtime story. Let's see if this works. Layback stream really. Oh, thank you, librarian. Sorry for all the buffering again. Very, very sorry about the internet being so ick. Hopefully, it will be better tomorrow. Let's see. Storytime. Andrew Ryan's final monologue. Bioshock. Let's see. Gosh, what was it? Thank you, Sister Cobra. What was his voice like? Thank you, Certifiably Geeky. Sorry. Whoa. Sinus. The assassin is over. Yeah. My nose. Sorry. Whoa. The assassin has overcome my final defense, and now he's come to murder me. In the end, what separates a man from a slave? Money? Power? No. A man chooses. A slave obeys. You think you have a farm, a family, an airplane, a crash, and then this place. Was there really a family? Did that airplane crash? Or was it hijacked? Forced down by something less than a man, something bred to sleepwalk through life until activated by a simple phrase from their kindly master. Was a man sent to kill, or a slave? Man chooses. Slave obeys. Did it buffer? Did any of that get through? Not looking good. Not looking good. Will it look good on the VOD? I don't know that it will. Oh boy, it's real bad. It gave up before I did. Well, the stream has quit.